Okay, the visit is over, and get rid of this, and we're on our way home. Luckily for me, I've got a couple of lobsters and a full tank of gas. Gotta stress out a little bit. De-stress. Alright. That was different. There's a lot of places for sale along here now. Too bad my in-laws didn't buy all of that piece of property when they had the chance. It'd be worth a small fortune now. These people have a nice property here too. Looks like a big goose down there. Oh well. We almost bought a piece of property up here on the left there. That'd be 20-some years ago. That would have been a nice thing, piece of property to have on top of this, what they call the head pond, which is the St. John River on the upstream side of the Mactaquac Dam, which, as a point of interest, is the last dam on the St. John River before the ocean, which is the Bay of Fundy. So if you have a house just on the downstream side of the Bay of, or the downstream side of the dam, some of these boats that come up into Fredericton in the summertime, small sailboats and large power boats, come up the east coast from the United States. Right now our border's closed with the Americans, and they're not allowed to come up here unless they're on their way to Alaska, because there is no way to get to Alaska other than the west coast of Canada. They could go through the Northwest Passage, say if you lived in New York City and you had the money, and you could go to the Panama Canal and around. That's it. What's going on here now? Must be mowing the ditch before winter. That's my guess. That'll help keep the snow off the highway. That's exactly what they're doing. So all this will be mowed down here in no time. Oh, another dead raccoon. Lots of dead animals on the road. Somebody's not doing their job picking them up. Yeah, we got a bit of a wobble on the front end of this thing here. Gonna have to check that out. Bit of a shimmy. So French Village is a First Nations reserve for Indians, I guess you would say, is for you outside of the country that don't understand what a First Nation is. First Nations refers to the First Nation in North America, I guess, Indians. That's it. Don't have nothing else to say about that. I sure hope these videos aren't messed up, because I hate going through them trying to figure out who came first. Because they don't seem to have a proper sequence of events, even by time. I see the cars are coming this way, and with any luck, I'll make the green light. And we should be, what, 181 feet here? feet. So between here and Fredericton, I think I said in another video, we were around 50 feet above sea level. So this dam, of which you can't tell how high it is probably a good 100 feet anyway. I could probably look it up. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the remnants of the Appalachian mountain range kind of through here too. I'm not sure how many meters high or feet high Mount Carlton is, but that's the highest point, I believe, in New Brunswick. And there we go. There's an old Jeep. So because it's 4 o'clock and I want to go home with my 2 lobsters, I'm heading to Rocky Road. And this is where we come down from the other way. I've seen deer crossing the road here. There's a lot of deer in this area because they're not hunted, I don't believe. They may be hunted by bow, but I don't think a high-powered rifle is, with all these people living around here, is a good idea. Same thing at where Sheepy Hollow is. They're not allowed to discharge a firearm within a mile of the house. Which is quite a ways away when you think about it. Boy, oh boy, I got to de-stress. Interesting. The high winds have hit here now, by the way, from the hurricane. They're not that high, but they are pretty good. You can, we'll see when we get up to the top here how much the trees are blowing. Ooh, I had samosas for lunch. All I'm doing is burping up chili, not that you need to know. have to get home and get some milk into me. See if we can settle that stomach down. Curry, I don't know. I do have a lot of a good following of folks from the UK, and one of my best friends when I lived in UAE lives back in the UK, and one of his favorite things to eat was curry. I tried it a few times. It was pretty good, but I don't know what it is. It's just, you get to enjoy it for a few hours. Okay, this is Keswick Ridge. Better get her pitter-patter, get her out of here. Let's get across the road. Yeah, there's a pretty good wind up here. I can see that sign blowing good. That sign blew right off. If I know that there's a big wind, except for the exception of today, sometimes I'll fill up my chainsaw and throw it in the back of the vehicle. So if I have to move a down tree on the side of a highway or something like that, or blown across the road, I can get out there, because usually nobody else has one, and it's really, really appreciated to be able to pull that out and get some help to pull the tree off the road, because there could be a mile or two of traffic stuck waiting for somebody to come out to save the day. I should go down there, but I'm not going to. I still got to make a strop for my barbecue stick that I got. I want to be able to up my knife sharpening skill. I need a leather strop. So here we are. We're at the top of the Keswick Ridge. Oh, I see that guy took all the tires off the top of his house. I gotta come back here one day too. I just put these things off until I get, you know, until it feels right. I don't really want the axe to get rid of the roots that I want to get rid of, because I'm not going to be mowing anymore, so I'll wait till I run into them into the spring, and then it'll freshen my memory up to go get the axe handle so that I can chop those freaking things out with my Pulaski. It's a fireman's axe. It's got a different head on it than most axes. And because I want to do as much as I can locally, there's a guy here on the road back called the Key Road that makes saddles, so he'll have the proper leather for me. And if he's a nice enough guy, he'll give it to me cheap enough where I won't feel bad about not wanting to go back there because he overcharged me. Same thing with the guy that got the axe handle thing going on there. And then I'll speak good of them, and I'll send everybody that I know towards them. That's the way it should be. He could charge them the full amount. Look at that. Pretty mountains off in the distance there. There's a big freaking bird there. I remember driving by, not here, but the other way I came home, up the way, away up the end of the Royal Road, where it turns onto the Crow Hill area. I can't remember the name of the place. Hamtown Corner. It was the first time I've ever seen wild turkeys up in this part of the country. When I first looked at the birds, I thought, what the hell is that? Oh, here's the skunk. And apparently we got a turkey across the street. Haha, a wild one. Now what's going on here? You coming or going, pal? Come on. So we're going to go across what I call a causeway. And this is at the one end of the head pond. It's often to see guys down here fishing off the causeway. Just up here. I'm not sure. I think most of the fish that get out of here is probably bass. I'd have to ask around. At one time when I lived in northern Alberta, the couple of lakes that were close to town, I used to have topographical maps. I'm not sure, depth charts I guess you'd call it. So I know where to go on the lake. And I used to keep track of where I was catching all the fish because there were always fish there whenever I went. So you got to a point where you knew where to go. And you could catch your limit of fish, under an hour most days. Some days you might go and you not ever catch anything, but that wasn't very often. My dad used to say when the wind blew from the east, you might as well just stay home because the fish aren't biting. And it's always good around the rain, before, during, and after, he would say. But how many people want to stand out there or sit in a boat when it's raining to catch a fish, except I know a few guys that'll do that. And I wasn't much for ice fishing either. I don't like sitting out in the cold like that. Especially 40 below. A lot of people don't realize how cold 40 below is. It's freaking cold. Alrighty. This is the Lower Stone Ridge Road. It's nice country back up in there. And when we go over the next bridge, that'll be the Upper Stone Ridge Road. I think, if I don't have them wrong. The Keswick River is just to the left. Interesting. I'm thinking about the vibration. The vibration probably because the tire's not balanced instead of the alignment. But then I'm not sure either. Oh. What's this? Some kind of a truck. Not the normal truck for hauling gravel. New Brunswick flag. I wouldn't mind putting a couple of flags up in the front yard. Have to think about that. Sure as hell don't want to get into a big expense to stick a flag up. And we're back to the Sisson Settlement Road. Okay, construction again. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. Not sure what that kind of tree is. Bush. And this is a big culvert, so somebody must have bought a piece of property there, and they have to build an access road in. So now we're back in Burt's Corner. And we got to hang a left on the 617. As far as I know, the road's still closed this way. Well, this person's gonna turn there. No sense freaking dawdling and stop the guy behind me. Oops. Here's the fire hall and where the ambulance parks and where the Lions Club is. That's where we come to do our voting, federally and provincially. They have bingos in there, and I think they have rented out for weddings and all kinds of stuff. Not sure what's all going on since COVID-19 came, but was in there again there a little while ago just to vote. What an abandoned garage. Oh, somebody's, looks like a moose in the back of that trailer. It is. There's a inspection station, I think, in Burt's Corner. Not sure about that, but probably is. Where you shoot the moose, you drive it in, they weigh it, they do something with it, and they tell you whether you should be eating it or not, if it's got some kind of diseases or whatever. Not really sure. I know out west in Alberta, you just shoot it, you tag it, and you bring it home. Here you got to go to an inspection station. And the guy's probably on his way up to the meat cutters to get it cut up. Luckily for me, on my own meat cutter, I learned that when I was young. So I don't really have to pay somebody to do it. But all I do is I bone it out. I can tie up the roasts. No problems making a few steaks. But I need a way to get it ground. Because I don't have I don't know, well, let's just say a moose-sized grinder. And a moose, it usually is they're pretty big. You're going to get a good 500, 600, 700 pounds of meat off of one of them. Which is what I used to feed the family. And you couldn't tell the difference between that and beef. All right. $14 out, so it's still fairly mild. And we don't have frost for the next week. At least that's what the prediction was. So what I should do is take those sheets in the garage, I don't know if I'll mention it or not, and just hang them up somewhere so that they can dry out, because they were laying on the ground, while they were over top of the tomatoes. But oh, that's the first time I drove by and the garage doors open there. The very first time. Wow. The first guardrails. That's pretty fancy. Pretty excited in a way to know that a fella named Davis is going to hay our fields now, so I don't have to pay to bush hog it. It's perfect. Thank you, Davis. Who knows how this will work out? He's got a hard go of it. He's got to bring his tractor and his combine and his mower up here. And then he doesn't have a big truck or anything like that. So he has to pick each bale up one at a time and drive it to his farm. It's a lot of work. And if he gets 30 or 40 bales off the property, that's a lot of trips. Oh, there's some pretty stuff along here too. Gotta watch out for the going too fast. After the grader's been on the road here, because he turns up and pushes a bunch of rocks from the side of the road back into the middle of the road. Not only is there big ones, all the sharp ones are up again. And one year we had 5 flats in one tire, and I think we had 3 or 4 flats, of which one of my neighbors gave me a hand to fix them all, which was really nice. And what's good is too, when you first start down these freshly graded road, stay to the sides, like your own side, because it allows the tracks to get in there where everybody else, like sheep, follows. Because if you just go down the middle, then there's no place to, you have to pull over all the time. And the idea is not to get any rock in the windshield. You see, we got a small chip in the windshield, but I'm not going to mention nothing to my wife, because she'll want to go and get it fixed right away. And they don't fix the windshield, they just squirt some like crazy glue in it. And keeps it from cracking anymore. It's kind of neat, actually. Also, when they grader this road, it's like driving on ball bearings. So if you're used to going highway speeds, you don't do that on the corners. Oh, we got some big friggin' thing coming down here now. Don't know what that is. So you're gonna stay off to the right. Huh. Somebody got furniture delivered or picked up. Or he's lost. Donnie is home. Oh, somebody mowed that field. Appears somebody mowed this field too. Not really a farming community anymore. I think there's only one farmer on all this road. Him and his brother have cattle. And I'm pretty sure none of the locals watch these videos either. Most of my viewers are from the United States, followed by the UK. And then I think parts of Europe. And even Japan. This is always pretty coming down in here. And experience is I know to go slow here because the corner's not curved or it's not sloped, it's flat. And if you're going too fast, you'll end up in the ditch on the right. Oh, somebody did. It would appear that the gravel, or that big truck that was here, went up on the right hand side. Well, we're home. Everybody's out hunting. And do we have mail? No, we don't. Look at all the leaves on my lawn. Apparently, it's good to leave the leaves on the lawn because it has something to do with some kind of bugs that need the chance to survive. So, I see one tree's got the leaves blowing off it already. Alright, thank you for coming with me today. I'll put this video out maybe in 2 versions, I don't know. It's an hour, some of those videos are pretty long. Okay, take care everybody. And we'll probably see you after the hurricane's over. So in a couple of days. Take it easy and have a great day.